I keep telling him and John and a few others, they gotta stop following me. I see them everywhere I go. I guess we're all on the same campaign trail. My name is Jeanne Seaver, and I'm running for Lieutenant Governor here in the great state of Georgia. And I would be honored to have your vote and your support and your prayers to be your public servant and take your issues and your concerns to the state capitol as your next Lieutenant Governor. I'll tell a little bit about me. I'll make it quick because I know a lot of y'all have already heard this and I'm going to hear it again in a little while. But first and foremost, I'm a mother of 3 beautiful children, the greatest gift from God, and of course the other additional gift was my 2 grandchildren. My kids are all grown up, married, doing what they love to do, very, very happy. And you know, any of us, I mean, is that all we could ever ask for? Is to have our kids grown up, happy, great wives or husbands, and be self-sufficient. That's the part I like. But anyway, I work in a private equity firm where we buy and sell companies in aviation. I've been there 22 years. I, like most of you, have to work for a living and also run a statewide campaign, but I promise you, nobody is working harder or traveling around the state than Jeanne Seaver to earn your vote, working hard. So I've worked in the legal field, I've worked in the private industry, as far as I have my own consulting company. We're a political consultant because I've been running around the state for over 22 years, getting conservatives elected. But when Jeff Duncan started those shenanigans on the Senate floor when they were discussing SB 202, and he thought that all the Trump votes were nothing but a bunch of crazies that don't have a clue what's going on, I felt the Georgians deserved better. So I got in the race February of 2021 before anybody else did and before Jeff Duncan decided not to run. So I've been traveling around the state, spreading the message and educating our voters on a lot of things. First and foremost, how many have heard of the fair tax? All right? I've been an advocate for the fair tax for 15 years. I was the first that was talking about eliminating the state income tax in Georgia with a $3.7 billion surplus collected this year, 4.3 in rainy day fund $1 billion, and I call myself an effective leader already because my opponents are saying it's their ideas. They've been in the state Senate for 10 to 14 years. There was legislation called the Georgia Fair Tax Act that was submitted 4 years ago. It sat in a committee. It never went anywhere. But now, because what we're sick and tired of is politicians stepping up to the plate, making you promises, I'm going to eliminate the state income tax. But you ask them what the solution and how they're going to do it, and they will not give you the answer. I have the answer, a consumption tax. Everybody pays their fair share, the illegals, the drug dealers, the big corporations, all those rollover automatic tax credits will go away. And look, we've got a $30.2 billion now this session we went up budget in Georgia. Way too much spending to me. Nothing would be better for more Georgians to get more money in their pockets. So that $1.1 billion surplus is coming back to each and every taxpayer in Georgia that filed their tax over the last 2 years. Individuals that get $250 tax refund. I think it's head of households, it's $350, and married filing jointly, you're going to be getting $500 back this year if you filed your taxes. So I say I had a little bit of say in that. I can take credit for that because nobody was talking about it until Jeanne Seaver was. It's a great option. It is a consumption tax on sales and services. And like I said, everybody pays their fair share. First and foremost, I am pro-life. I've been certified by the Georgia Life Alliance. I have also met with the Georgia Right to Life, and they might be endorsing me soon, I don't know, but I'm pro-life, no exceptions. I'm all about education. I've been a child advocate for over 15 years, advocating for children, at-risk kids. I'm kind of a hard knocks kid myself. I pretty much raised myself, but my daddy told me at a very young age of 11, where he had me starting to work, that nobody owes you nothing. If you want something, you go out and work hard and you get it for yourself. And here I am running for office, asking you for votes, asking you for telling about myself, and asking for your money. So that is really odd to me, but I have to do it. That's what my job is. So I don't believe a 4-year degree is a one-size-fits-all. We have some of the best technical colleges in the state. We need to educate our younger generation that there are great technical colleges and trades that you give opportunity. And no, there's nothing wrong being plumbers. There's nothing wrong being welders, electricians. You can come out in a year or so, debt-free, start making $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year. How about that for the American dream? Our younger kids need to be made aware of that. Anti-CRT, I tell you what, anybody that's caught teaching it, how about fine them $20,000, put that in a special fund, and let's give some of that money back to our teachers who are forking out money out of their own pockets for their stuff in their schools. The other thing that I want to go through one more, how many support legalized gambling? Sorry.
Don't know if you saw me, but over here. I wasn't planning on being here, probably because of the park.
I'm so glad you're here.
I like what I'm hearing.
Thank you, sir. Jeanne Seaver. I have a card. Anyway, 84 lobbyists and billions of dollars have been lobbying up at the state capitol trying to get our elected officials to support legalizing gambling. I've been only one standing up against it in this race. My two state senate opponents have taken money from Boyd Gaming, which is all about casinos. That's what they do. But it's the highest addiction in the nation. 1 out of 5 attempt suicide, and it's targeting, I didn't bring my picture, it's targeting our children. I'll share a quick story, and I have one other thing after that, and then I'll quit. So I was in Lyons, Georgia. There was a 10-year-old boy that was there, and it was talking about the gambling. And we've had studies done in Georgia that said economically it will destroy Georgia economically, small business, and $1 that we can raise in gambling, $3 will be spent on the total destruction of the family and the mental health service that'll be needed because of what happens to those that become addicted to gambling. He said, Miss Seaver, I know exactly what you're talking about when you talk about gambling. 10 years old. I constantly get slot machines popping up on my iPhone, my computer games, and my iPad, encouraging me to go play the slot machines and get free stuff. He says, I go, that is something that's the future of the gambling industry. Like I said, I'm standing against it. Bert and Butch support it. Yeah, they're all about letting the people decide, but let me tell you, if they could just put in the language what actually it is. They use destination resorts instead of casinos. They're deceiving the public. And I'm not saying that Georgians are stupid, but I've been accused of that on live radio by John Fredericks because I said the referendum language, they need to make it clear to Georgians what exactly they're voting for. And then if the referendum passes, then it's a constitutional amendment, so everybody gets to vote on it, but the big gambling lobby will spend billions of dollars to make it sound like the American dream from the time that it's passed until, and that's, I mean, come on. We have the Georgia lottery. I'm all about that money going towards hope, but you know, we're down to 24% if we're lucky of that dollars raised from the Georgia lottery that is going towards our kids. Same thing's gonna happen. Gambling, you start one, you legalize one, and I'm telling you, because I've been going around spreading this story, and Georgians are listening, and I'm begging them to go and check on their kids' phones and iPads. We, $1 billion and 84 lobbyists, not one piece of legislation passed for gambling this session, and y'all are to be commended for that because y'all have taken the time and making the phone calls. That is really big. So, one other thing is our vets. Nobody's talking about our vets. Nobody's taking care of our vets. We have just under 800,000 vets in this state, and they're not feeling represented at all. They need better health care services. They need better mental health services. And I'd like to ask, and I might have already done this earlier, and you might have already been there, but if we have any veterans here, would you please stand so we can honor you, because we really appreciate all that you do. As the next Lieutenant Governor, the first person that I will hire is a person that's specifically only designated to serve our vets and their families. They deserve, we lay our children's heads on their pillows at night because we are free to do so because of people like our vets, and we need to take care of them. Thank you so much for everything that our veterans have done. My name is Jeanne Seaver. I have been an advocate going around getting conservatives elected for 30 or 22 years. I want to be your public servant. I want to take your voices and your concerns to the state capitol. I promise you, no one will work harder to be the voice of the people, and never, ever, ever will I compromise the values and principles that you entrusted in me to go up there as the powerful lieutenant governor that decides what legislation goes on the floor. Thank you so much.